Hi guys, this is Example. I'm back on the Third Echelon Server, and today I am going to finish. Well, no, I can't. No, it's not going to be finished. I'm going to start working on the wither farm. Yeah, so I've been in here for a little bit, and I've been looking around, and I've been doing a little bit of work. But what I've found is the wither farm that I have, the one that I was building with all this cool, tricky redstone, is actually really laggy on the server. Now, it's not the server's fault. It is just the way it seems to run on a multiplayer server. So I am going to rip this apart and build a wither farm, a proper one, over in that direction. Now I have I've been looking at Exumavoid's version he's just done on Hermitcraft 2.0, and it's a very neat version, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use probably the crusher and maybe the collection point system. But as far as the actual trap goes, I can't use his either because it has too many pistons firing at once, and we're going to have trouble, the same kind of trouble as I'm having here with lag. So what happens is, when the mobs fall through from up here, from up there, they bounce down on these blocks up here, which pushes them into the center here. Now what's happening is, because I'm using like a hopper design where they keep firing whilst the mob is holding down the tripwire, it's firing off that piston continuously, and then they come down here and the same thing happens, and it's just causing way too much lag because all those pistons are firing at once up there. Now when they come down here to the separator, the blazes for some reason like to be over this side, and when this door is shut, they sit on top of this ladder and they bounce up and down, and they still fire off this tripwire here, and these the double piston extender keeps firing. So we've got like this system which is not really good on a multiplayer server. It's fine in a single player world because, you know, there's not much else happening on the server and whatnot, but yeah, I just can't use it. So let's go take a look at where I'm going to put this thing. Now we're probably going to get met by some blazes or some no empty. Oh, there it is. I just fell in. I'm on fire. Alright, so this is we've got a double bounding box here, so we've got a real decent space to make a wither farm, and this is going to be absolutely perfect. Now I've been in creative, and I've come up with a new way. Well, it's not really a new way, but it's a different way of building this mob trap. So I'm going to set out a test section here. I'm going to half slab the rest of this floor so we get spawns only in one area, and hopefully it starts to work how I want it to. So I'm actually going to use pressure plates for my one, and hopefully that's going to be enough for now. Yeah, so let me just half slab this and start setting this up for a test, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I'm starting to set up this test. I've just half slabbed the floor. I need to go grab a whole bunch more sticky pistons. I'm completely out. And then the thing will be just to see, keep an eye on this and see if anything spawns. And if it does, then we're good to go. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to probably build the same version mob farm as Exumavoid has done. Other than that, let's just go grab the pistons from here, and then we can check it out. Okay, so we've got this first layer down. Now it's really simple. Where these half slabs are down here, there's going to be a tube where we drop the mobs in each one of these. So we've got, how many we've got? Six. We've got six rows that mobs can spawn on, and I can go 4 pads up, and I can go all the way to the end. So that's quite a lot of spawn space. Now the trick here is. Yeah, Cypherus has taken the slime that we left in the Marmite slime and is trying to make a nice little place for him And he's gonna name a magma cube. Okay. Yeah. So what was I saying? So yeah, we've got quite a lot of spawn space. So now we just need to test this out. We've got quite a few pigmen underneath here, and I really need to terraform this place so that spawns are better. But for now, I know that things will spawn in here, but I need to get far enough away so all the pigmen to spawn, and I can come back and test it out. But yeah, let's have a crack, and it's probably going to take a little while before something spawns in there. But I just want to see if they actually do, and if they do, then it's good to go. I'll bring some colour blocks in, and we'll start building this thing. Okay, nice. So we've had a blaze definitely spawn in there, so that's a good sign. I'll have to look back at the footage and see what actually happened, but it looks like it's been pushed into the centre there, which is fantastic. Now, I guess we could start probably trying this on a larger scale. I'm going to have to make a ton of pistons, so I'm going to have to go and spend a bit of time killing some slimes, because I'm completely out of resources. I'm out of iron, I'm out of redstone, I'm out of everything. So I'm going to have to go and do a big collection run now and spend a lot of time yeah, getting resources to build this thing. It's going to take a lot of stuff. So we're going to build 4 pads, and these are going to extend all the way to the end here. And I'll tell you what I like about this. It's not super compact. It's not as compact as a few other farms out there, but I like the idea that this is going to reduce lag around this area. And yeah, I like this setup. Okay, so I've been busy and I've collected a bunch of resources. Right now, Cypress is live streaming through the Minecraft broadcast settings, and I've tried it on my 2 Macs, and both times I've had black screens, and I don't know what's going on there. But on the PC, it seems to work fine. I'm also getting a few frame errors, but I'm pretty sure just sliding one of the settings along a little bit will sort of fix that. I was just saying before, we get a really bad upload speed, but we've got a pretty decent download speed, so that's probably the issue there. Okay, so we've got a bunch of resources here. We've got a few sticky pistons, some comparators, and a bunch of other odds and ends. Now, I came into a bit of a problem, and I'll just try to run a test here, but nothing's spawning in this area right now, and I suspect it's because Cypress has been on the server for a while now, and they've all migrated, all the mobs have migrated to his place. And every now and then the nether just gets really quiet and there's nothing here at all. No mobs, nothing. And I think that's what's happened. So I've been trying to do a test. I've got a fix for my issue. I'm going to let you know what this issue is. Let's go over here and I'll explain a little bit more. Now, this mob farm is going to work absolutely perfect for what I want. And there's only one issue. The small mini pigmen are only, I can't say are only 1 block high, and the piston goes over the head, so they will stay on these pressure plates for a long time, just walking around. Now, we don't want that, so I've tried to put some dispensers in with arrows to try and shoot them out, but I can't fill these dispensers at all. Anyway, I've thought about this and I can't fit anything in to fill them up, even with droppers facing upwards. No, it's not going to work. So I've decided that I want to do a test and see if mobs will spawn on dispensers with pressure plates, because what that allows me to do, let's see, we've got arrows in this dispenser, so if we stand on it, if we're a mob and we appear, okay, I'm too high, I got pushed off, and the arrow fires up in the air and it's gone. But if it was a mini pigman, it'd be staying on top of this block, and the arrow would go straight up his nose. So that'd be good. So he'd get hit by the arrow, but no, none of the other mobs will get hit. Maybe the blaze will get hit, but that's okay because I don't want to keep them anyway. So I just tried to lay down this block of dispensers with pressure plates on, just to see if I can get mobs to spawn. But nothing's spawning in here right now. Nothing at all. Now, I know that my other spawner over there with a solid block with a pressure plate on works. I've had 2 blazers and 1 with a skeleton spawn at once by standing about this far away. So at the moment, I'm just trying to work out exactly... I'm trying to work out if mobs will actually spawn on those blocks. Well, even this plan's not going to work. Oh, man. I still can't really fill these dispensers with it anyway. So let's see. Put a block down here. If I face this hopper into this dispenser, I can't really fill it that way either, because I can't lay... Yeah, I can't do that because these will not transfer. Let's see if I can do this way. Alright, so I've come up with a solution. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run droppers pretty much from one side of the room to the other. This is going to have to be done. This is going to be really painful because there's going to be quite a few of these droppers in here. Hopefully it's not going to slow things down too much in here or cause lag. So I'm going to have to run droppers through this line here and then through this line here too. So on every layer. So that's going to be quite a lot of droppers I need. I'm also going to need dispensers, which are about here. And hopefully mobs can spawn on them. Otherwise this whole design is sort of a little bit silly. Could I do it any other way? Possibly. I could possibly run droppers through here and dispensers facing out this way, so arrows fly out this way. That'll work too, I guess. So yeah, I just I couldn't work out. No, that's not going to work. This will work, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop one of those there like that, and so if I put in a piece of redstone dust there like that, and then climb my way up here and pretend I'm a mob. Let's see. Let's get up. Right, so I'm going to get pushed off, and I'm also going to get dispensed out here one piece of redstone. Let's see if it works. Where'd it go? Did it come out? No, there it is. It's in there. Okay. So obviously on the next time it comes out. So what I want to try and do is have arrows come through here, drop down into here, go along here into this dispenser and fire up out through the top of this block. Now, as in the demonstration before, what happens is the piston pushes out a large mob quicker than this dispenser fires, so you're going to escape before you get hit, which is really good. Which means the mobs which fall off here are not going to get damage from the arrow, but the small ones, which are the mini pigmen, are going to be under here all the time and get hit, and then either hopefully die or get knocked off. So yeah, that'd be good. And what else I need to talk about here? Yeah, so I'm a little bit concerned about how many droppers and dispensers I'm going to need to do to use for this, and I'm not prepared to actually put those all in. This is the only way I can think of to get rid of those small pigmen with this design without having to make it bigger. And I think this is going to work fine. As long as mobs can spawn on these blocks here, then I'm good. Yeah, alright, back to it. This is good. So, the first line is down, and I'm telling you, man, loads of resources. This is not a very, very well, resource-friendly design. It would have been if those small pigmen were unable to spawn in here, but they can. But since I've got to fix that, and this is what I've come up with. So, pretty much, this part here is actually a cross-section of what I've done down here. Now, it shouldn't lag out the server at all. It's probably going to take up a lot of memory more than anything else. But yeah, so if I was a mob and I spawned here, I'm pushed off, and an arrow gets dispensed. Now, what was that? It just fired into there. No idea. There's still some random items stuck in these dispensers from when I was building it. So pretty much, yeah. So I'm gonna go and AFK up here for a bit, and I'm gonna make it so that the mobs can't actually get up here. because I will die. So yeah, I'm just going to AFK here, record for a bit, and see if anything actually shows up here. I'm more likely to get mobs over here, but hopefully we'll get to see something pop out here. And that will give me a little bit more assurance that this is going to work, and I'm going to finish off this whole floor. Now, interesting thing. What's happening? We're not getting any spawns. Well, I've had like 1 or 2, but nothing really fantastic. And so I've put this little spawn pad here, just to test to make sure things are still working over here in the nether. And I'm getting spawns on this, but nothing, or no thing, in the on the spawn pads down there, which is a little bit worrying. So because it takes a lot of redstone to build those things, I'm not going to continue if it is not going to work. So I'm just going to take that off for a little bit, and I'm going to stand back here because I've been on here for a long time and I've had no spawns in there or in there. Oh, I'll go get that. And they should be able to spawn here because I tested this out, and it does actually. I'll turn around. It does actually spawn. You can actually spawn on these pads, but see if I can make it through here. So you can get spawns on those pads, but for some reason they're not. There's nothing spawning there. So I'm gonna just take that off the top there, and I'm gonna stand here in the same place I was before, and just see if anything spawns. Either on there or down here. So I'm just going to be a little bit longer, and then I might call this an episode, and I might have to do a bit of research on how spawns work now, because I think something's changed. Alright, so it's been almost 5 minutes, and nothing. No spawns whatsoever in there. I suspect that that is just a normal thing to have happen at the moment in the nether. Yeah, just random thing, just not working. I'm gonna go have a talk with Bacon, and I will probably just I don't know. I might wrap up a bit later on, but I think it's just I don't know what to think actually. This is kind of really annoying because this should be working fine. Right now, we're just watching Bacon and Cypherus grief this. What the heck was that? What? Oh, what? Okay, so we saw a chest turn white. That's pretty weird. So I'm heading back to my base now. I just went in to see the new hub and check on Cypherus, make sure I wasn't doing anything naughty. I am going to quit out of this. I'm going to download the world and try and do a bit of stuff in creative and see if we can get this farm working. I'm also going to check the bounding box and see if it's moved. And this is what I was going to do in my farm, and man, I'll tell you what, there's so much redstone in here, I'm not sure it's going to be very helpful at all. The reason why there's so much redstone in here is because of baby pigmen, and man, I'll tell you what, I think I'm not going to bother. I'll just let them walk around. It's just too much work, too much redstone. It's going to take a ton of time just to get those resources. Anyway, we're here to test this out. Now, I've downloaded the world in which we play on the Third Echelon Server, and the bounding box seems to be in the right place, but we are in 1.6.2, so and we're on 1.7.2 on the server. So hopefully, the bounding box is actually in the same place on the 1.7.2 server. Well, I guess it is. This is what I downloaded, so it must be in the right place. Now, the next step is to actually take it from peaceful to put on normal, because the server's on normal, and I want to reproduce the amount of spawn, the same kind of spawn rate as we have on the server. So let's just have a quick look and see what happens. Well, I'll tell you what, there's nothing spawning at all. This is really weird. Now, I've switched to 1.7.2 now, just because I wanted to make sure this is running in the world that I'll be actually playing in. And so far, there's no one around. I don't know what to make of this, so I'm going to switch to what is it? Game mode 0. So now I am going to die for fall off, and yeah, I don't know. There's nothing happening. So what? What is going on? Well, nothing's been going on for a while. I've got one blaze. I've decided to do a bit of digging. I put the glass here, so if anything falls down, we get to see exactly what we catch. So I'll just put these glass things in just to catch some mobs so we can see. Yeah, I don't know. I might try it like this for about, so I might let it run for, let's say, an hour. And I'll get back to you. But if that doesn't do much, I'm going to switch the difficulty to hard and see if that makes a difference. Okay, so we've been going for an hour, and what do we have? 2 pigmen and 1 blaze. Wow. How disappointing. Okay, so let's go have a look. Nothing else has spawned in here at all. There we go. There's a little pigman there, right, running around on top. Now, is that another one over there? Yep, there's another one over there too. So the problem with those guys is they're not going to come out of this trap at all. And they're just going to run across there and set up all the pistons and do that for a long time. Now, the way I set this up is there will be arrows that get dispensed out from these dispensers here every time a pigman walks across. So if I can, I don't know if I can get this, do this or not. Let's see. Where's he gone? Right. So let's go. Come on. Right, now he's getting shot. So every time he sets off this dispenser, he gets shot, and eventually he'll die. So this setup is set to fill up these automatically, but you need stacks and stacks and stacks of arrows. So it's not really worth it. Let's see. Go. Move. It's gonna... Nah, this design is rubbish. Right, so I'm gonna try and run this on hard difficulty for an hour and see if it makes a difference with mobs. But at this stage, it's ridiculous. It's not worth actually building this thing. 2 pigmen and a blaze is just, yeah, just not worth it. Not worth the effort.